Okay. All right. So this is our Team Ignite Hangout on December 7th, 2017. Just some really quick things to go through on our calendar. Our challenge group started on the 4th, and it's going to be running through the 14th. Let's see, the 11th, we have a Dream Team call at 9 p.m. And I'm not sure what's on the schedule for that yet. The 14th is, we'll talk more about this, is the 80-day obsession pre-sale, or not pre-sale, but the launch. We can start ordering challenge packs for 80-day obsession. The 15th is our Dream Team Christmas party. And I know some of you guys are coming. I know some of you had already, it was so hard to find a date. It's crazy. But the 15th is where we landed, and it's at, is it Havana Rumba? I think that's what it is. We're going to meet there, and it's going to be a really good time. Spouses are invited. I think you have until tomorrow to RSVP if you haven't. 19th, we have a Fit Fighter Nation call. The 20th is going to be our coaching sneak peek. So you can start inviting people to that probably late next week. And then just as a personal note, on the 27th through the 31st, I'll be in Gatlinburg, but I should have internet access. But just so you know, I will not be home, but I will be available, of course. So let's see, what else? I think that's all. Does anybody have any other announcements or anything? Nothing? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do my part because I was going to switch it over to Sarah, but I don't want to keep you guys all night. So I know I did have one more thing I wanted to say. For December, we are already a week into December. So make sure you've set some SC goals for yourself. Make sure you are, you've got personal development that you are working on. You've got something picked out. I'm working on Keys to Transformation. That's kind of what I've been reading right now. Make sure you're committed to a workout program right now. Most people are doing an autumn Calabrese program. And then, make sure that you're committed to something, one of our products, if it's Shakeology, which that's kind of like the foundation of everything that we do. But if Shakeology, if it's a something from the performance line that you're trying out, make sure you're always working, being a product of the product, of course. So it's one of our vitals. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and go to. Okay, Angela, and go. Oh, she's getting her mask off. Gotcha. So we are approaching the 80-day obsession release, which is huge. I hope you can feel the momentum from this because, I'm still a relatively new coach. I've been through one other launch, which was Shift Shop, and it was actually really big for my business. It was a time when a lot of people who weren't really considering Beachbody, I was able to reach out to them and say, we've got this new program, and people wanted to know about it. It was a very similar launch to how we're doing with the event pages and things like that. And it was really, really successful. It just really helped launch. I think that was in July. I had only been a coach for a few months. So it was a great way to introduce something new to people who already knew about Beachbody. And then it was also a really cool way to bring people to Beachbody that weren't familiar with it at all, because you could say, I'm getting ready to do this. Let's do this together. And I want you to join me. And people were really excited about Shift Shop. And I think that 80-day obsession is going to be a whole new level because it's a longer program, for one thing. And some of the key words I'm hearing are total body transformation. And I think that was true for Shift Shop, but even more so with 80-day obsession. Some of the results that are coming out are pretty amazing. If you've watched the promo video, Autumn talks about the focus of this is like abs and booty, pretty much. And anything else that happens is great, obviously, because it's going to be a total body workout. But And she said, and she told Beachbody, or Carl, when Carl said, Autumn, I want you to do this, she said, I got to have more than 21 days. This is a total body transformation. So that's why the 80 days, it's actually a 13-week program with break days in there. So this is a really great chance. Not only is it a new program, it's also at the beginning of the year. So it's like this beautiful gift that we have to offer people, because resolutions, obviously, new program, autumn calories, people know 21-day fix. So it's really a great time to launch a business, which I know all of us are pretty much in the early stages of that. And it's a great way to get people committed, to get people in a group with us, which I'll talk about in a second, to get people in a group with us that are going to see just how beneficial the accountability is. And maybe they don't get to experience that anywhere else. So let's see here. So what did I want to then go to? So I just kind of want to dive into, I'm not going to go through all of the packages and all of the details unless we've got some questions on it. Reason being, I feel like there's a lot of resources out there for that. Erin covered it. There are PowerPoints. I'm going to show you where the resources are. There's PowerPoints. There's videos from Kim Carver, from Beachbody. There's a lot out there, and I feel like I don't want to duplicate what you've already heard, because it's kind of our jobs as business owners to become familiar with that information, right? But if there's any questions, I do want to answer those, because it can be a little there's 10 packages, right? So I am going to talk to you a little bit about how to kind of decipher it, right? Okay, so the first thing I think we need to focus on with 80-Day Obsession is making sure that through this, we're still doing our vitals. We're being a product of the product. And how we can leverage 80-Day Obsession with this is that we can commit to an Autumn Calories program. We can start talking about moves from 21-Day Fix or 21-Day Fix Extreme whenever we are able to do a little obsessed. We start talking about that, being a product of the product from our workouts. We start talking about the performance line, the benefits of it, and why that is good in addition to Shakeology, because the results from 80-Day Obsession, people who use the performance line also had better results. Their muscles were less sore. They had more focused energy for the program. So, hey, bud. So, of course, the next vital is invite. And that's going to be crucial, because we can post all we want, but we know that it's very unusual for people to just see your post and then say, oh, hey, message you right away and say, I want in, give it to me. So you have to continue to invite people who are interested in your post, but also people that, that are just on your friends list that you've known for a while, or people you've just met, connect with them and start a conversation. It doesn't have to be about Beachbody. But that has to be a process that we continue, because we plant seeds and those seeds grow. And if we stop doing that at a certain point, then at a certain point we're going to start wondering where our plants went, right? Where's all the blooming? We got to plant the seeds first. Excuse me. And then the third part is personal development, of course. We have to be committing to something that's helping ourselves every day, even if it's something that's 5 to 10 minutes. And that's the hardest struggle for me too. I know it's hard to find that time, but it's super important. Okay, so we have to be doing the vitals. The other thing we have to do is we have to be breadcrumbing this program. I'm really bad at breadcrumbing. I just throw the whole loaf of bread out there all the time. And it's difficult, I think, because we're so excited about what's coming. But it is important because we want people to be inquisitive about what we're doing and be intrigued by it. So we want to do Facebook posts 3 times a day. It doesn't always have to be about 80-Day Obsession, right? It can be about our family, about, our cute little baby that's winning in on our call. It can be about all kinds of things. But we want to be active. You're not going to annoy people. Only 10% of your friends are going to see each post. So it's not like they're going to open it up and just be like, oh my God, Sarah Bott's in my face all the time, right? Because they're not going to see everything unless they go to your page. So it's cool. I'm not going to talk about Instagram because Sarah's going to talk about that in a little bit, but you just have to continue to be consistent. That's so important. So I wanted to give you guys some key phrases about inviting to 80-day obsession. I've been watching some of the promo videos and kind of trying to pick out some different things that they keep saying. So one thing that we've talked about is having a plan for 2018 that's going to take you from January to, it's actually the middle of April is what it's going to be. But it is, I don't know, if you got business-minded people, a plan for Q1, you know, like from January to spring break, you know, you're going to be ready for spring break, that kind of thing. I like the idea of the total body transformation by spring break. I think that's a big, you know, a phrase that people are going to connect with. I like the idea too of doing this with me. Let's do this together. This is going to be a transformation that we do, you know, from day 1 to day 80. We're going to be in this as a team. I think that's really compelling for people. And it is a 13-week program, like I said, with 80 workouts. And what I love, I said this on a video earlier, when I hear 80 days, I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to stick with it. It's 80 days. Like I do well for 30, right? And then I'm ready for something else. But I think what's great about this program and what's unique is that it's 80 different workouts. Every workout is different. So you're not going to just be repeating the same 6 every week. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that with a shorter program to me, like a 21-day fix, you know you're going to move up to extreme or something else. But with this, it's like 80 days, freaked me out until I heard that it was 80 different workouts. And then I was like, oh, that's cool. That's neat. So they're going to happen 1 week at a time. They're going to drop into Beachbody On Demand, and they're doing it a week at a time so the people who don't have internet access every day can download them 7 at a time and have them available. That's why they're doing that. So even somebody who says I have poor internet access, they can go to McDonald's, hopefully not buy anything, but like some unsweet tea, and and download 7 workouts, right? So it's a great option for anybody. But I don't know if you guys, throw it in the chat if you guys have thought of any great ways to kind of promote it and invite it. The other thing we've been talking a little bit about is to create an event page for it. It's super simple to create an event in Facebook and start inviting people to it. And the thing I like about it is you can really start peppering them with a lot of information about it in that page, because that's why they're there, you know? Like you don't have to feel bad for posting a whole album of transformations or for posting promo videos or something like an interview with Autumn, because that's why they're in there, is to learn more about it. And you want to personalize it. But I made the event, we were kind of talking about this for the 14th at 9 p.m. because we're going to have a launch party. It's a Fit Fighter nationwide launch party. And it'll be invite only kind of thing where like, it doesn't even have to be for people that have committed, but we're going to talk more about it in that launch party. So that's going to be really cool. You don't have to put that as your date, but that was kind of what I was thinking. So I think all of you guys are in my event page. If you want to invite each other to each other's event pages so we can kind of help create some conversation with it. Like I was saying earlier, if some of you guys want to pair up and do event pages together, whatever you want to do. But I think that's a good idea. Like I said, I did that for Shift Shop, and it was really effective because people were really interested in it. And they loved seeing the before and afters. Like that was the big thing when they were seeing the transformation photos. The other thing that I like is a Google Doc form. Let me show you this. Where am I even at here? Okay. Share my screen. Okay. This is in the Fit Fighter Nation page. And Aaron shared this on December 5th. It's kind of gotten pushed down. But there's a whole resources Google Drive folder that she has compiled lots of information in. And I'm not going to go through it all because she went through it all out on the call, and you can look at it. But it's awesome. It's like really useful things like how to launch it, what to do, when to do it. There's even an email to your current BOD members who don't use Shakeology, videos and links, a launch guide, a launch plan, pre-order form that you can start filling out. You can, you can see there's a pre-order form here. You can start filling people in that want to order. But this is definitely a great reference. This is what I was looking at earlier that will show you PV points that you get for each one, and then all of the different packages. I have a different set that you can show to your customers, okay? This is more for you as a coach. Like, we're gonna call them different things, but whenever you get the cart, you're gonna call it, it's gonna be the accessories pack or program pack. This is what it's gonna be called in BB Links, or what's gonna be, it's called add to cart or something. There's a new cart that's gonna be much easier to use apparently, which is great. Okay, but all this is in there. But what I wanted to show you is that is not in the folder is I'm gonna comment here, and it's the test group application. We did this in Shift Shop too, and it was really cool because, oh, I've already got it open here. You can create a form in Google. If you don't have a Gmail account, I definitely suggest you get one and just use it for business purposes. If nothing else, it's free. But you can see all it is, email, name. If you're the only one on the event page, you don't have to put your coach. But you can see this is something that Courtney Barra put together. You can customize it, but she's got it out there on the FFN page. And but this is like an application for her for the test group. And it's just a way to get people's, and to kind of learn more about people, to get their email and be able to start talking to them. So I love that idea. I've tried it generally before. Some people have really good success with that. I haven't had a lot of success with just like, tell me about your goals for health and fitness. Maybe I just haven't used it consistently enough, but for something like this, it's great. I can share you guys to what I did for Shift Shop so you can get an idea of that too. But the Shift Shop was actually basically an order form. It was, what flavor do you want? Are you committed to Shakeology? There might be too many choices with this one to do that, but it was a little more straightforward and people filled it out. Like, I was like, if you're going to the event, you have to fill out this form. Okay. So I wanted to make sure you guys saw the form. It's really cool. So then I've got my event page going. Sorry, I'm apparently not totally over being sick. Any questions so far? I'm rambling on here. Let's go. Come on. I only have 20 windows open. I don't know what the problem is. Okay. So in here, I've started putting, let's see here. So I actually kind of updated with some dates and stuff in my description. And you're all in here. So, but I did like this, let's just put on here like new body coming soon, just trying to build some excitement for the event and for what's happening. Here's a video I did earlier. And I just posted this, this was like a 30-day transformation. This kind of blowing my freaking mind, you guys. It's amazing. But if you want to check it out, I've got these. If you don't like 80-Day Obsession on Facebook already, definitely do that because there's videos in there, even beyond what Beachbody's got in the promo materials. So check out 80-Day Obsession. Check out, there's another one. Oh, Autumn Calabrese. Like Autumn, she's sharing a lot of stuff about it. So, okay. All right, let's see here. So, and the FAQ for this is 80/20. Beachbody FAQ 80/20. So that'll have all the program details, like just more general, like what equipment are you going to need if you've looked at the FAQs before. It's just program materials, things that you as a coach need, like who is this good for? And basically they're saying it's good for people who want I don't know, to be strong and have a good butt. That's basically a lot of what it's talking about. So, okay. So now I'm going to go through, I told you, I was going to tell you kind of what my plan is for a calendar. Let me stop the share. So my plan is pretty simple. I think you're probably aware of what it's going to involve, but the 14th is when the pre-orders start. Okay, so and then that's also when we have a launch party. Of course, as many people as you can get to commit as possible on the 14th is great because, and here's what I'm going to be trying to talk to people about, is A Little Obsessed is going to start on the 18th, I believe. So on the 14th, if they go ahead and order their package or their accessories pack, whatever it is that they're getting to complete the order, then they'll get their equipment and stuff in time, kind of by the time, hopefully A Little Obsessed, they're still doing it. So they can go and have their equipment for that too. I got my equipment at Walmart. I got these bands that I've been acting like are the real ones, and they're not. They're okay. They kind of kept, I feel like they were too loose, they were too big. What I like about the Beachbody set is you get 2 sets that are different sizes. So I'm excited to try those. And you'll get the sliders too, which I can only find 1 slider. How sad is that? If I had a slider and a paper plate, it's really pitiful. And I've got here, they get like everything sticks to them. Anyway, okay, I'm on track. So the 18th through the 27th, I believe, is going to be A Little Obsessed when it's coming out. Okay, and A Little Obsessed, if you don't know, it is like the preview to 80-Day Obsession. We had a sneak peek early November, right? And it's a 30-minute program, and it's kind of a preview of each day, which each day is booty, total body, triple A, which is arms, abs, and ass, legs, cardio core, and cardio flow. So every week's going to have that, but it's going to be different program each week. Let's see here. So then we're going to keep adding, we're going to keep talking to people about this, adding them to our event page, making this a really big deal because here comes 2018, right? The 1st through the 15th is the 1st through the 14th will still be the promo period. So December 14th through January 14th, you have a promo period where you can save $10 off the challenge packs, which is another incentive for people to go ahead and jump in. January 15th is when it officially starts. So midnight, the night before, the 14th, we strike midnight, 7 programs will be on Beachbody On Demand the first week. So on the morning of the 15th, when everybody gets up, they're going to be ready to start. I think it will be booty, okay? And that will be the first day that we have our active 80-Day Obsession group. The week before that, we'll do a whole prep week, okay? Just like we always do. The nutritional information is going to be available on January 10th. So we'll have time to look at that and learn it before we actually start on the 15th, okay? So that will be a big part of the preseason. It's still containers, but it's timed nutrition, so it's a little bit different. So I'm really interested to learn about it. But it's going to be a lot more planned out for people. Like I believe, like morning snack, you're going to want to eat a yellow and a green. I mean, it's going to be more specific, and I think it'll be helpful for a lot of people, especially if they're starting out. Let's see. What will the group look like? I've had a lot of you guys asking what's happening with the groups, right? So we're going to have an 80-Day Obsession only group. Megan Harrell and I are going to be running that group, and it'll be for everybody on Dream Team. The entire downline is going to be doing 80-Day Obsession only group. We're all going to be in it. If you have enough people that you feel like you need to like kind of have your core group kind of a separate thing. One thing I did with the with the 3-day refresh group that was huge in Sparta Nation, then I had that messenger strand with those people, like with my team. So if you feel like with 80-day obsession, you want to, you know, still be able to feel like you've got your team with it, then I would suggest something like that, or a Facebook group or something like that. But the actual challenge group we're going to run so that you guys can like fully experience the program too, and be able to invite people to that as well. We will still have a regular challenge group that is, you know, PIO, whatever, okay? So we'll still have one of those going on. So don't feel like somebody that isn't interested in 80-day obsession can't do anything from January to April with us. Right, we'll still have that group. And that's another reason why I think it's a good idea, like that Megan and I, and there's might maybe be one other person, are kind of wanting to lead the 80-day obsession so that you guys can still be part of, you know, leading groups, but not feel like you're leading two groups and it's a lot, you know. So that's kind of another one of the ideas behind that. Okay, so I do want to go through one more thing. I'm going to show you these. I don't know if you've seen these yet. These are pretty awesome that Erin created. Did you guys see these on the Fit Fighter Nation? You can't see the top of it. It's cut off because of this view. This is what an obsession is spelled wrong. You tell you that. Okay, I just saw that. These are, I think, really nice because it breaks down your segment, your client segment. And it shows them exactly what they're getting in each package. So this is going to be for us, Coach Program Pack. And this is for any coach. This is discount coach. So if you have discount coaches, this is something you can offer them too. Or if it's somebody that's a customer that wants to convert to coach before this, they can get that too, you know. You might use that as an incentive. You know, like you can save 25% on these 80-day obsession challenge packs if you convert. Okay, so this is something I want you to be thinking about personally, but also think about what your discount coaches might like. So we have the Rockstar, which is 2 energizes, 4 recovers, the printed materials, and this is all in FFN and on Fit Fighter Nation. You can get all of this there. The containers, shaker cup, the sliders, and the bands. So you're getting all the equipment that you're going to need, and the all of the performance line that's going to take you through the entire program. Although I would argue that I'm probably going to be using 2 scoops of Energize, and I'm going to go through a lot more than that. But if you're a 1 scooper, then that's going to take you through the whole program. Okay, so you can see here $267 for 3 months worth of performance line. And then you get all the equipment too, and all the second set of containers and another shaker cup. And it's $463 if purchased separately. So if you are somebody that gets the performance stack monthly anyway, this is going to save you some money, unless you're getting the performance stack for your personal volume each month. Okay, you want to keep that in mind. You want to maintain your 50 PV to stay active. But so this is something I'm looking at, because right now I get a performance stack with Rich. So I'm thinking what I'll probably do is cancel that, order this, you know, he'll order that, the Rockstar, and then we'll go back to our regular Shakeology order with him. Or you have the basics. So maybe you already have the performance stack going and you don't want to change that, and you got your Shakeology, you're good, you're set. Then you have the basics, which is, this is the one that is a really amazing deal. I think this is so cool. So this is $44.95. Is that right? $44.95? Yeah. But I have that as the, I think it's supposed to be $37.95. Nope, that's right. Let me yeah, promo price. No, it's $37.15 for the coach rate. Okay. It's $37.15. $44.95 is the regular price. Yeah. Okay. No, I see what it is. Sorry. Okay, $44.95 is right. I was confused because the promo price is $37.15, so it's not a full $10 off from December to January. That's why I was confused, because it says take an extra $10 off, but this one isn't a full $10 off. It goes from $44.95 to $37.15. Sorry about that. That makes sense now. Okay, I'm looking at this other sheet too for reference. So if you order it during the promo period, it's $37.15. Does that make sense? Sorry. Now, what else is super cool about this? When you order one of these packages, you are going to be invited to Autumn Calabrese's test group, like her coach only test group. So you'll get a link after you do this program pack. You're going to get a link and an email, and it's going to be an invite to the secret Facebook group, and she's going to be leading it. So I think that's super cool. Like, everybody wants to be part of a test group, right? You do this. I mean, you can spend $37.15 and you get to be in a test group. So that is pretty cool. And the basics, it's 50 PV. So that's even cooler. It's $37.15 and you're going to get 50 PV for it, which keeps your active status. That's awesome. I'm excited about that. I talk about that a lot. They've never done that before. There's like more PV than it costs. Okay, I was talking about that tonight in our official page too. Okay, so this is kind of what you and your coaches need to consider. Which one are you going to do? Then, like I just wanted to go through that one in detail because that's like you personally. So then we have challenge packs, and these are, this is going to be for new customers, brand new. Okay, so when I say know your segment, you don't have to send out 4 graphics to like every person that you talk to. This is what you're going to send to people that are brand new, that you're inviting from the start. Then we have completion packs. The completion pack is for somebody who already has Beachbody On Demand with you. Maybe they've had Shakeology before, but it wasn't on Home Direct. You know, they've canceled that, whatever. This is to complete their package, and it's at a discount. So here's a really good way to look at it. If somebody only has Beachbody On Demand already, so they've already paid their $99, right, for annual Beachbody. For $150, they can get a 30-day bag of Shakeology or a Performance Stack, which is $129.95, right? So for $20 more, they get all of the equipment, shaker cup, and the portion containers. So that's a pretty good discount right there, right? You can see right there, $213.75 if purchased separately. But it's kind of like they're getting all that for $20 more, which is nice. And if they've been a customer of Shakeology before, they're already familiar with what the price is for that. So I think they'll see the value in that package. All right. Okay. And there's another, let's see, which one am I missing here? Customer packs, of course. So these are for your customers that drink Shakeology regularly. They have Beachbody On Demand. They've not converted to Coach, but they're just your customers, right? Your active customers. So this would be their package that you can offer them kind of as an upgrade. Like, we're recommending the performance line for this program. We've got this Rockstar package, and we've got the basics so that you can get your the equipment and the supplements that you're going to need for this program. All right. So it's the same kind of packages as what the coaches are, except it doesn't have the coach discount, pretty much. All right. The sheet that's in Fit Fighter Nation, the resources there, shows the PV for all of these packages. So if you're curious about your PV, it shows your commission too for all of them. The one question I think that's still kind of open is, what are SC points for these? When we went to Indianapolis a couple weeks ago and listened to Kim Carver, that was one of the questions, like, hey, Kim, that mega pack is like $400. What's my SC for that? And he kind of said, to be determined. Like, they're still figuring that out. I'm hoping 3. I'm hoping, they do something kind of like with double time, because obviously it's a much bigger Like, this is a bigger investment for people. It's a longer term commitment. But we'll see. SC2, SC3, 4, whatever it is. We know what's great about it is when somebody commits to something like the Mega Pack, you know that they are committed to this program. Like, they are ready to rock. They are like, I'm here for 3 months. I'm going to be drinking Shakeology. I'm doing the program. I'm in this. So that's something cool. Even if it's not more SC points, you know that you've got somebody that's going to be a recurring active member, active person on your team. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Like I said, don't present all 10 of those options to your customers. You'll be like, oh, you're a brand new person. Here's 10 things you can pick from. Because that is going to freak people out, right? We have to be smart and go, okay, this person is brand new. They're going to get this customer graphic. And I'm not just going to send that to them either. I'm going to say, what are your goals? Okay, this is what I recommend for you. And you know what? Kind of a marketing strategy. You can start with the Mega Pack and say, this is really what is recommended. This is the all-in rock star package, because you're going to get the supplements, you're going to get the pre-workout, the post, you're going to get your Shakeology. And then if they're like, gosh, I don't know, I need to think about it, then you can offer the one without the performance line maybe and say, you know what, that's cool, do this. And then maybe, when you get into it, you might want to just order some sample packs of Energize, or I'm not sure if you can get samples of Recovery or not, but you can obviously be flexible with people. You want people to have a good experience, and you want to help people change their lives. So be flexible with what we offer, but at the same time know that, like, the Mega Pack is going to be like the all-in. But honestly, I'm not sure that I'll have anybody that's even going to consider it. I mean, but it's how we present it too, And if we say something's $450 and then we say, well, you can get this package for $180 or $170 with the promo period, then maybe they can see the value in it, Like, they'll be like, okay, I can do that. And I can drink, and that's going to give me Shakeology. Awesome. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay. So I think that's all I've got. I know, that was a lot of information, but I feel like everybody's kind of getting familiar with 80-Day Obsession, kind of starting to get the gist of how it's going to work. This is the first time they've done all these different packages. And so there's a lot of information to digest. So just between now and the 14th, while you're inviting people, be taking some time and learning about it. Just like really take some time and watch some videos, get your head around it, watch some of the moves, maybe start doing some moves of the day on, from your the videos that you're seeing. If you did a little obsessed, maybe, pull out your bands if you've got the bands and like do a couple moves, talk about how they help isolate your muscles, how the sliders help your core. Just kind of start giving little, like we're doing, breadcrumbs about what to expect. All right. Okay. That's what I've got for 80-Day Obsession. And I asked Sarah to talk tonight because we were having this one-on-one back and forth about Instagram. And she was throwing all the stuff at me, and I'm like, oh my God, I think knows the algorithms to Instagram. Like, I think maybe they're memorized in her head, or maybe she wrote them. I'm not sure. But I'm like, can you just share this with everybody else? Because this is crazy. This is awesome stuff. So this is beyond like stories, which I think we all are kind of getting familiar with Instagram stories. I've been watching some of your stories. They're awesome. I love it. But Sarah was throwing some stuff that I was kind of blown away by. So I asked Sarah to talk for just like 10 minutes on what she's been finding, like kind of some tips and some information. She's talking about, what is it, pods? I mean, yeah. She's going to blow your mind, guys. Okay, take it away.
Okay, so I'm the type of person that when I'm interested in something, I do a ton of research on it. And this is what I've been doing, is a lot of research, watching videos, reading a lot of reports on Instagram and things like that. And like, I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that you can like grow a business with people you don't know and literally are complete strangers, but people are doing it every day. So since June, Instagram has been changing their algorithm and how things work. It's becoming really popular with younger kids and things like that. But even more people in our age group, 30s, 40s, 50s, are starting to get on the bandwagon and realizing how useful it is. So with this, I took a bunch of notes, so I'll go through them. And so one thing that changed with Instagram is they want you to see the moments that you care about the most. So what exactly does that mean? That means that for the people too, the things that you're searching, that when you search on the internet, when you go shopping, all of those things, the ads that pop up on Facebook are the same things that are coming up on your Instagram and your Facebook and things like that because of things that you've researched. And that's going to be the same thing for the people that are going to be attracted to you, because it's not necessarily your Instagram page. It is your marketing page, so it's you, but you are the product. So you have to make sure that everything that you're tagging in it and stuff like that is purposeful, because as I'll get to the point, putting too much is actually hurting you. And I'll get to that here in a minute. So what Instagram does is, based on all the information that they gather about you, which one tip is to go to the top of the search bar, search for things that you're interested in. And that means that the people who are also connected to you, that are also searching for those things, you're more likely to pop up on their information, and they're more likely to pop up on yours. So if you're trying to get more followers and people to be interested in you, you need to go to that search bar and use it more often, so that you're putting in what you're interested in, because it's going to see you're interested in it. And now that's going to start popping up on your feed automatically. Let's see. Some of the updates on Instagram. You can invite people to watch your live videos, and you can actually invite people, you've known that that's been there for a while, that you can send out invites. Hey guys, I'm going live. Now you can actually invite people to be live with you. So you can do a group live session together like we're doing right now, and have a conversation about something completely live all together. And obviously it's something that you would want to plan out, but you can do all of that together. There's also something called a drama Zoom. It's like a super Zoom. And so basically people use that for the drama effect. There's also a new polling, a new hashtag. So I know some people are using that. The polling is really good, because the more that people are interacting, obviously, the more you're going to pop up on their feed and they'll pop up on yours. And then on your photos, you'll see some blue bars on the side of your screen and across the top. Those are alignment bars, and the purpose of those is to help increase the aesthetic value of your photo, so that you can use those for lining up words. Like if you add hashtags and things like that, you don't want them to be too far outside of those bars. And you can also monitor your Instagram from your Facebook, which all of us, I'm sure, know that. When you go to your profile, you can go to your settings and select a custom audience. So you can select for your videos. What you want to do is go to, let's see, you can choose the percentage of people watching you. And this is going to be based on visited, the people engaged, the people messaged, and any saved posts that you've sent out. So you can set your audience so that whenever you are posting things, that you are targeting specific people that are going to be most likely to watch it. Because as I'll get to later, only 30% of who is following you is actually going to see you. And that's actually more than what it is on Facebook. For your timelines, let's see. I don't know. I took really scratchy notes on here, so I'm trying to make sense of it. I feel like I'm in college again. All right, so timeliness is extremely important. So you want to make sure that your posts are fresh, but obviously you don't want to overcrowd it. Engagement and increase likes, increase comments. That's obviously going to make sure that your post is seen. So whenever you make a post, you want to make sure that you have engagement within the first 10 minutes of your post. That is going to make it more likely to be seen. And that goes down back to the algorithm of people who are already interested in the same things as you. So all of it's connected, you know, and you want to make sure that within 10 minutes of your post that you've got engagement. So whether that means reaching out to people or whatever, and I'll get to the pod here in a little bit. So how do you get more engagement? And whenever you have increased engagement, what Instagram does is the ones who are all of a sudden just like hot. Do all of you have Snapchat? And you know on Snap Maps how it turns red where there's a whole bunch of activity? That's basically how that Instagram is going to work, okay? So when there's a whole bunch of activity on one post, it's automatically bumping you up. It used to go in chronological order, but now it's all about which one's hot because that's what people are interested in. So you want to make sure that you get real hot really fast. And that's going to bump you up to the top of the feed. So how do you get more engagement is with compelling captions, okay? Encourage interaction without saying, follow me and stuff like that, because that can actually get you kicked off of Instagram. That's things that they're looking for robots and stuff like that. And then you want to put your most important words in the front of the post versus at the end. So what you're actually trying to get at, put it at the very beginning, and then you can lead on with your story. And so the whole Instagram algorithm that they come up with goes beyond just people following you and what people are interested in, things like that. You have to make sure that you're still developing a rapport. The people that you're noticing are interacting more, you have to interact with them as well. So it's so that it continues and it continues to grow. Also, there is an Instagram Insights under your profile, and you can look at your insights for each of your posts, and it's going to tell you what your post reach is and things like that, which is going to be important, and what your post performance is. The reason why that's important is because you can look back and see, okay, I used these hashtags, this wording, or this was the topic, and more people were interested in that, you know, and try to start tying that into things that you're doing. So your search history, let's see, is going to, like I already went over, it's going to increase the likeliness of things that people are interested in and people that you're interested in. 30% of whoever is following you is actually going to see your posts. So you have to make sure that they have good quality over quantity. That is the most important thing. So just like how do you boost your engagement, you have to make sure that the quality of your post is extremely good, because only 30% of who is following you is going to see it. And that is actually a quote from Kevin System, the CEO of Instagram. I've done a lot of research. So the life of a post has increased as well. It used to only last for about 72 minutes. Now you may notice that it goes on for days. It can go back several days, that you might start seeing that someone posted something 5 days ago and it's still on your feed. Well, that's probably because you've engaged with that person a lot. Well, your posts are also popping up on their post. So how do you increase the quality? Know who your followers are or the expected audience. You want to use appropriate hashtags. That includes something specific. You don't want to say, like, I don't know, van, hashtag van. You know, you want to say hashtag Volkswagen van or whatever it is, but that's just an example. So you want to be very specific. You want every hashtag to be relevant to what your actual post is. So if you're posting about your dog, you don't want to put hashtag fit mama, okay? Because that makes no sense. Also, you want to make sure that you're very observant of the hashtags that other people are using that you're following and that are super popular. And this is what shadow ban is, this term called shadow ban. is where you're basically partially blocked. And so if you use too many hashtags, Instagram won't bring your post up. If it's irrelevant, if it's continuously repetitive, and this can actually get you banned from Instagram. If you're constantly using the same hashtags over and over, it's actually against their code of conduct or whatever. And then you also want to make sure that you have a call to action within your post, obviously. But it doesn't have to be follow me. It's get your life together or something like that, you know? So the IG pod is basically, we are business owners. We're running a business. We sell things. You can get in a pod, which is, you know, how on Instagram you can have a messenger, and you can invite multiple people to it. Usually it's recommend like 10 at least, because if you start having 10 likes, 10 comments, it's going to increase your boost or your post. So what a pod is if all of us here in this group get on Messenger on Instagram and say, I posted, then every single person in that pod, and that's all you have to do. It's not going to be a place where we chit chat and hang out all day. Like, it's literally just business, you know, because we don't have all that kind of time to be answering IM and Facebook and all that stuff constantly. But it's, I posted, and everybody in that group is going to go straight to your page and like and comment, every single person. And you would do that for each other, so that immediately within the first 10 minutes of your post, you're boosted to the top. And so you have at least 10 people. And none of these people on Instagram know that you're associated, because the majority of your followers are strangers anyway. You know, that's one thing I would pick up on Facebook even before I got in Beachbody, is like, a Beachbody coach would be selling something, and then she'd have like 5 people be like, oh yeah, woo. And then I'd be like, she's a coach too. Like, you're not selling me shit, you know? But anyway, so at least this way we can be a little bit more sly about it. But so you want to create a pod, and it doesn't have to be a pod of Beachbody coaches, because that doesn't necessarily help either. You want to nonchalantly make a comment, not like, I love our tribe. You know, you don't know each other. You want people to see that you're making a genuine comment that's genuine about the actual post, because it's bringing it up, you know, or great post, great picture. Oh my gosh, your son's so cute, whatever, you know, simple things like that. And it doesn't have to all be about Beachbody coaches. There's pods of people who sell Nerium and LuLaRoe, Unique, you know, and all of those people will just get together. And I'm friends with a ton of those people on Facebook, but I never thought about using each other to help sell each other's products, you know, because there's a ton of them out there. There's actually one specifically that sells Unique, but she's huge into fitness, you know, and she and I help each other out, you know, talking on each other's posts. So the whole purpose of hashtags, because I wondered this too, like with Instagram, like, why did they start this whole hashtag thing, you know? Well, it's used to expose content and to make it more discoverable. So if you have a wedding, you would create a specific hashtag for that wedding, and you can create a story with it, find history, you know, things like that. And when you use one hashtag, you will have 12.6% more engagement just with one. So what you want to do is want to make sure that you're looking at your competitors' hashtags and their engagement. So look at what kind of posts they're putting up that's getting a lot of engagement. Make similar hashtags and similar posts. Look at the trainers that are on Beachbody, you know, because they're not all posting hashtag Beachbody trainer. You know, they're doing their own thing. Look at posts that you've put up in the past, and that goes back to the Instagram post performance, you know, that you can look up in your settings in the Instagram insights. So look at your past post, and then you can use the search function and search for tags Okay, so you want to use 5 to 6 hashtags per post, not really more than that. I see a bunch of people. Hang on, let me shut the door. I think the max is like 12, but I see a lot of people use a ton of hashtags, and really, like, who's going to read all those? You know, so it goes back to make it specific, make it relevant, and be observant of your, your audience. So those 3 key things, and 5 or 6 is really all you need in order to increase your likelihood of things being seen. And like I said, just 1 increases it by 12.6%. And if you did do more than that, you would only want all of them to be relevant to one another. Like I said, you don't want to throw out a bunch of hashtags about blue, yellow, red, truck, bus, school, like it's stupid. So kind of make them all match each other. Oh, yes, and you can also put your hashtags in the comment section, because when you comment on it, it's increasing the post. Doesn't matter who comments, but you're already increasing the activity that is on your post, and you're saving space that's available within your comments. So you're only putting your vital comment within, the description of your post, and then you can do all your hashtags in your comment section. So you've immediately got a boost, because within seconds, you had someone comment. It doesn't matter if it's you or not. I guess technically you could comment on your picture all day long, but then you might lose followers. People might think you're a loser. So some of the most popular posts or hashtags that you want to use, okay, is InstaGood. And these are actually going to instantly boost your post, okay? Photo of the day, pic of the day, hashtag TBT, which is Throwback Thursday. That is actually the #1 used hashtag. FBF, Flashback Friday. Manic Monday, Wisdom Wednesday, No Filter, and Selfie. Those are the top 10 posts that will instantly boost your post. And how you gain followers. So, like I said, with Instagram, you can post 5 to 6 times a day. It doesn't really matter. You're not really going to get lost in the shuffle. I really wouldn't post more than 5 times, honestly. So what I've been trying to collect is narrow it down to family. So either it's my son or my husband or something like that I'll be talking about. Your passion. What are things that you're really passionate about? Your, obviously ours is like fitness, health and fitness. Your pastime, whether it's watching TV. And that was one thing that someone had mentioned, was TV shows that you were interested in, because people love watching TV. Now, me personally, I don't ever get to watch TV. I never have time for it. The only thing I watch is The Walking Dead, and that's usually while I'm working. Like, that's what I do all the time. So, think of a pastime that you like to do, even if it's playing in piles of leaves. Just get out there and find other people who like playing in piles of leaves. Your hobby, I like to paint. I paint on canvas with acrylic, so that would be my hobby. I love DIY crafts, stuff like that. Your job, and then pets and animals, because who doesn't love pets and animals, So you can either talk about your dog or your cats or fish or whatever, or if you don't have any, search your favorite animal, brown bear, whatever. So with each of those particular things that match up with you, I'm just laughing at myself. I'm such an idiot. So with those things that match up with you, go to Google and type it in. So for instance, with hobby, I like to repurpose furniture. I've been doing that since I was like 12. So type in hashtags for repurposed furniture. It will literally give you a list of like hundreds of them, okay? Write down the ones that are most relevant to what you're doing. And then I have an app on my phone called Notes. And so I copy and paste those into my notes under that particular tab. So if I have a DIY section, I put all my hashtags in there. It's going to save me time, essentially, because I'm not having to like constantly go back and forth between hashtag blah, blah, blah. And I can just copy and paste the ones that apply and put it in there. But remember, you don't want to constantly repeat, you know, the hashtags that you're using. So I saved like 20, I think, and then I can just choose from there like 5 that would match. You want the hashtags that you use to be at least 100,000, you know, that other people have used, but not more than like 500,000, because then you're going to get lost in the shuffle of everybody else that's using that same thing. And here's how you can instantly boost your Instagram account. Make your account public. When you make a post, add it to your photo map. Space out your uploads every 3 to 4 hours. The most popular and eye-catching filters are Early Bird, X-Prol, Hefe, H-E-F-E, Rise, Valencia, Amaro, Brannon, Lomo-Fi, L-O-M-O-Fi, F-I, Hudson. So those are the most, you know, popular things. Just like with marketing, they use certain strategies to attract people, you know. So in the first part of your comment, all caps with a whole bunch of parenthesis marks almost seem like someone's yelling, right? That's immediately going to catch someone's eye. Certain emojis do, not just the normal face emojis, you know. And then, like I said, these filters, these are the most eye-catching based on what Instagram is saying the most popular use. So you want to make sure that each and every single one of your posts isn't just a regular picture that you put up. You know, you really want to beef it up and make it look pretty and send it off into the world so that more people are interested. Also, you'll get more followers if you use more collages. Obviously, the Instagram stories has become more popular, but you're telling a story with collages so people can see more of where you're going with things versus looking at just one photo, unless it's like just a really meaningful photo, obviously. But the ones where you slide and you have to slide, you know, to see the different photos for the pages, that's not going to attract as many people, because people are scrolling. You know, they're not going to be going sideways to look at your picture. So if you really want to tell a story and attract more people, use collages. The peak times for Instagram is in the morning and after work. Obviously, these people are all across the world, so you're not going to catch everybody, but we're hoping that the majority of the people that you're with are on the same time zone as you, really, because for our challenge groups, that would be really hard to interact with people at 2 o'clock in the morning. And on Wednesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. And then 2 to 3 p.m. Central Time, just any time of day, Monday through Sunday. I don't know what that is on Eastern Time, but it's 2 to 3 p.m. on Central Time, so I'll have to figure that one out. You want to share only your best photos. Your max followers is 7,500. You can get an immediate boost in your post if you follow and unfollow somebody. So people who are extremely popular, like celebrities and traders and things like that. Because what it does is if you followed someone, it shows who recently followed them, and you're popping up on suggestions. You know, so if someone's searching for friends, you're saying, oh, well, Sarah recently liked so-and-so, and so did you. You know, maybe you guys should be friends. That's what Instagram's doing. So I follow Jericho. I'm going to unfollow her ass, and maybe someone will see me pop up and be like, Sarah just like Jericho, you know? So that's a way for more people to see you and see that you're being active. And then you also want to look for people that have a lot of people that they follow. So that's going to instantly increase who's following you. It won't necessarily always be the people that are, you know, wanting to follow you for fitness reasons, but you look more legitimate when you have more followers, right? and at least you're getting views and hopefully engagement. Any questions?
Sarah, Chelsea had a question about should we use the Instagram business tools?
You could if you wanted to. I read about that, but I didn't see how it was necessarily any different than things that you could do on your own, really. And I think that some of that stuff you have to pay for. And you can pay for ads if you want, which it will show that you're sponsored. And I know me personally, when I'm looking at things on Facebook and I see that it's sponsored, I really don't pay attention to it because I'm not on Facebook for sales, you know, for me personally.
Something else that I think Bree had maybe mentioned before, Bree Wetzel, was about like not sharing your Instagram post onto Facebook because Facebook won't promote it. Mm-hmm. Facebook wants you to post on Facebook.
Right.
So, but I think it's, you know, it's what, 10 more seconds maybe. You post it on Instagram and then copy and paste onto Facebook. But that's something I know that's really common for people who may not be being seen on Facebook as much.
I didn't read that actually anywhere, but it does make sense because I know what it does on my page is it like groups them up into a box, you know, for all your Instagram pictures. Mm-hmm. So that makes sense.
Yeah. I love the information about the different hashtags to use because I had actually noticed there's another coach on Fit Fighter Nation, Ashley Kaiser, that's really active. She's got a whole bunch of followers. And I noticed the Instagood, she always uses that in pick of the day. And I was like, what the heck is she doing? So that's why. Got it. Awesome. Chelsea says those are all her least favorite filters.
So did anybody find that helpful at all?
Yes.
Okay.
What were
really
those
specific
hashtags again? Instagood and TBT and
Instagood. Photo of the day.
Did you post them in Firestarters for us?
Yeah, I can do that.
Awesome. Let's see. I'm going to stop the recording.